I never expected to come here to Jamaica. I had been planning for a long time to go to Africa during my summer, but that never worked out. The Lord had other plans for me. But I want to take some time to go back and talk about how the Lord will provide if you simply trust Him and you simply desire to seek His kingdom and His righteousness. My dream job and my prayer one day is that I will be able to be a missionary videographer. And so I had been longing to use this summer to live that out, to practice being a missionary videographer. But I had no equipment, I had no camera, no audio, I had no money to be able to fund that. In addition to the money I didn't have to raise for the trip itself. So I just came before the Lord and was like, God, you are sovereign, you are in control of all money, of all finances and everything. Will you provide a camera? Will you provide the funds I need for this trip? And miraculously, He provided both through two amazing stories that I want to tell you today. The first one is about my granddad. We were eating a meal together as a family, my whole family, and my grandparents and my aunt. And I was just kind of telling them with excitement about what I wanted to do this summer and all the places that I was desiring to go. I told everyone though that I didn't have a camera or anything, but I was praying for that, and that was what I was saving up for. After the meal, my granddad pulled me aside. I thought I was in trouble. He looked at me and he was like, so tell me about your camera. So I told him about the camera I wanted, and he said, all right, what if I give you my motorcycle so that you can sell it and buy that camera you want? And I was shocked. I was blown away because it was the motorcycle my granddad used at that moment, continually used. And that sacrificial love was just breathtaking to me. So I took the motorcycle, put it on Craigslist and prayed. About a month later, a couple wanted to come check out the motorcycle. So they show up, and it turns out they were missionaries to Africa for 20 years. I told them what I wanted to do with the money and stuff, and they were fully supportive of that. And so they bought the motorcycle, and I was able to buy this camera right here and several other pieces of equipment that I needed to make this documentary. And so in that, the Lord was continually faithful, providing over and over and over again everything I need. The moral of that story is simply lay down everything before the Lord, and He will provide if it is for His kingdom and His righteousness. The second story that I want to tell you today is about my friend Rebecca. She had been saving up her money in a coin jar for a mission trip of her own to Africa. But out of a sacrificial love and desire to please the Lord, she took that jar and presented it to me for my mission trip. Even though she desired to go on her own mission trip, she desired to honor the Lord herself, she thought that even more so it would be more pleasing to the Lord if she took that money and gave it towards another mission trip. She had trips that were coming up this summer that she had to pay for, that she had to trust the Lord in. She said, you know what, God, I fully rely on you. Even though I have to save up for this trip of my own, I am going to give up of what I desire for another's glory to you. That sacrificial love right there.
Use money wisely, 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 use money wisely, wisely. So listen up while I say one thing. You better live to glorify the King. The way that you can do it is by all that you give. Another way is by the life that you live. But either way, you had better honor God. He's giving you it all, so I'd really think it out. If you ain't wanna give him not a single dingle token, if that is the case, I pray that you'll be broken.